My name is Anthony Hurd. We are in my studio / gallery in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been through like 3 or 4 shifts now. When I first started showing in galleries, and it was in 2012 or 13, and the work that I was doing then was very different. And then shortly after that, switched everything I was doing, and I had to like kind of focus on the mood and the moment that I was in at the time. And so I explored that world. I went through it all. I went through the emotions. I went through the process. And then that just like evolved into spring of 2023. Like when I first started doing the paintings, I didn't know where they were going. I didn't know, I didn't start painting cowboys. It was just like queer figurative stuff, and it was messy and loose and whatever. I was listening to an audiobook, and they were talking about kind of the typical self-help aspect of like soothing your inner child. And I thought, maybe I've been really superficial in the way that I've thought about soothing the inner child, because anytime I'd ever thought about that, I always thought about like hugging myself or telling myself it would be okay and it gets better and all this shit. But I never really thought about what could I actually do to make that person feel better other than words. And all I could think of was, being a queer kid, was representation. And so for me, I wanted normal, average, everyday people. I wanted to see my friends. I wanted to see older people. I wanted to see every color and shape and age. And I wanted to see fat people, and I wanted to see skinny people. And I wanted to see aesthetically ugly people even. Like I wanted kind of anybody to be able to look at work and see themselves in it, which is not something, average, everyday, even straight people get to see for the most part. So I didn't really know what that meant. I went home and I just went into this really heavy experimental mode. A lot of what I was trying to let go of in this transition to the new work was thinking about what other people wanted. My whole life, I think I've probably said that I don't care what people think, or I do this for me, or whatever. But the reality most times was not true. I did care what people think because I took it to heart, and I let it make decisions on the direction that my work went, and I listened to what other people were saying instead of listening to my own gut or my own voice. And it wasn't until, last year that I really got to the point where I didn't give a shit what people were saying. I was going to do what I was doing. And it opened this huge door of like the queer world that I didn't really know existed. There's like a lot of queer rural people out there. So I've received thousands of messages from people who tell me, their stories and how they feel seen and what it means to them. And there's things that they're not responses I ever got from any of my previous work. So it's all new. And I don't know. I don't know where it'll go from there. But, I've been nonstop busy, and I'm constantly inspired to come in and create new work. And I just hope that continues.